It's the Nick and John Show.
Let's go!
Won't you like to know what we're gonna say?
Come on!
So come along and play. There's so many friends for you to meet.
Yay!
Come on over and take a seat
Let's cherry!
with your pal Nick. And John's there too.
Woo!
There's so many things that we can do.
Like blow bubbles!
It's the Nick and John Show.
Hey, John.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
What's going on, man? It's been a while since we did a Nick and John show.
I know, and I gotta say, it's never fun. It's never fun to do it without Justin, but the show must go on.
Definitely does. But I feel that I'm the only dedicated one out of you two anyways, because
That's true.
I'm the only one that hasn't missed not one show. Nick and John show, the Nick Guler experience, Where's John, and the Wannabeez. I've been on every single episode, all
Don't forget
55 of them.
Enlightenment.
Enlightenment. Every show that we have that we give our audience for free, I believe I'm the most dedicated because I'm
Except
always
for on the reel. You neither of
I'm-
us are on the reel yet.
I can't believe it.
Oh, I see. We have an inconsistent. I was about to call you the anchor being of the Wannabeez.
Yeah, and then I fucked it all up without with the not being a thing. Well,
Yeah.
you know, they Justin said he was gonna put out another one. I believe it was gonna be Popeye the next time, but I think that show's fizzled out anyway. So
Oh, you think so? It's part of the past.
yeah, it's part of the past.
Nick and John show is the future.
Definitely the future of all things Wannabees is the Nick and John show.
Absolutely.
But this topic has been absolutely bugging the shit out of me. And every time I try to bring it up, it's like we have something else to do on whatever it is, Wannabees and everything. And I've never gotten to actually get it done. I wanted to do it last week. So I'm going to propose this topic.
Yeah, lay it on me. Crack it like an egg.
So, about probably a month and a half ago, there was a situation where a police officer, can't remember where it was, shot and killed somebody's kid. And then the father ran that cop over
Yeah,
and killed
I saw
him.
this.
And so there's the peanut gallery scooping us on what actually happened, but it's here nor there. It basically, that's exactly what I was going to get into. Would you go more extreme? Would you do the same? Would you not do anything about that, John?
Do I personally think that cop or that guy was justified in going after that cop, and would I do similar actions?
Being a father as yourself, put yourself in those shoes. It's Father's Day, by the way. We're recording this on Father's Day. So.
It is no, it's not Father's Day. Tomorrow's Father's Day. It is No King's Day, though.
It is, yes.
It is the protest day across America, which is, I think goes hand in hand with this entirely, because what was the hugest source of the mass protest the last time this country saw it? Was for the unjust killing
of George Floyd.
Yeah. Or just across the board of people of color being killed by police officers unjustly.
Yeah.
And nothing coming about of it. I mean, like, George Floyd was just opening Pandora's box for that. So, I mean, the fact that not only are we still seeing this, but this might just be a direct result of it. This guy was just like, I saw everybody watched on their own devices what happened to, doesn't matter. I don't even have to pick one specifically. I mean, I could try to respectfully single out one, but some might say that disrespectfully, marginalizes all the rest. But just to say that a person of color is still just getting killed over and over and over again by these people that were supposed to largely trust.
Yeah, yeah,
Police officers, we're supposed to
yeah,
trust them and listen to them and whatnot.
yeah,
And so this guy might have been like, I saw it. We all saw what happened and how it didn't really get. I mean, we're seeing headlines go across the news of like, will President Trump pardon Derek Chauvin? It's like we're living in a world where like that all that might have happened, but culturally we had our hands slapped and then we went back to the status quo, it seems, if
yeah.
not worse. I think arguably you could say things got worse racially motivated across the board. So for
Well, I'll
this
tell you
guy
what
to
I
be
would have
like
done.
that, my son got
Being,
killed and nothing's
yeah,
going to get done about it except
yeah.
for the front of my SUV. Yeah, I can't say I blame him, and
Well,
nobody can until it's your son, you know.
this is what I would have done. I would have did it a little bit differently because I would have kidnapped his whole entire fucking family, including himself, tied them down, tortured his fucking family, and then let him go, knowing that he would have to go through the same shit I had to go with losing my son at that fucking point. Because I'm fucking diabolical. That would be me. It's not eye for an eye. It's I'm gonna Bruce Lee this shit and make an example out of it till to the point where motherfucker will fucking think twice before doing something like that ever again.
Yeah, based on your one true three and some of the other stories you've told me, I can't say I doubt any of thing you've just said. But what
Does
a
this
crazy start to the Nick and John show so
does
far.
does
This is
does this cloth smell like chloroform to you? Oh, uh.
okay, but this
That's
is
why
all.
that's what I wanted that's what I wanted to get. I've been wanting to get that take on that situation. It's been a while since that person's went to jail, but I would have did the same way worse than that. And I would have left that dude thinking that he hopefully he would take his own life after that situation.
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. Meeting Jeffrey Parker was a huge impact on my life solely because I feel like there was a fire inside me that was very much like this kind of mentality, and he was like a splash of water on top of it. So
Mm,
he kind of made me think that like taking the higher road in situations like this, turning the other cheek, that's the way to go. And I want to honor him a lot, but you know, now that he's gone, I hate to say, I find myself reverting back because you know he's not there to be the angel on my shoulder as much as I would like him to be. So, but this is all just prefixes to say that like you guys have been listening to me for almost a year now. You guys know a parking ticket, a fucking sign, a motorcycle, a sign in a yard, rent, or my deposit. I mean, you know, situations with my landlord. Like I still on the daily think about like what can I do to get him back, or what can I do to get at him
yeah,
that would monetarily amount to that like $500 or so that he owes me
yeah,
on a
yeah,
daily. I sit and think about it. So like, and those are just the most minor things.
yeah, yeah,
So in a very Frank Castle-esque way, I don't often think about, because I just don't want to think about the kind of monster that might come out if anybody were to do anything so horribly misfortunate to me, like hurt one of my children or my
mm,
wife
yeah,
or a dear friend, or you know, you or Justin. You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would run somebody over for Justin.
Nice.
You hear that, Justin? I'm
You
taking that
we
cop out.
can't we're taking it out, guy. We're taking the Russian spies. We're taking whoever's coming after Justin. You better watch out because
Oh yeah, I
we're coming for
forgot.
you.
Yeah, Elon got the Russian spies to go
Speaking
kill you.
about like polls that we've been, pulling, we've been kind of pulling some stuff, past stuff. What'd you think about the baby Maxwell stuff, guy, last week, guy? The polls that we were doing, the things that Maxwell was talking about. I specifically told him about Interstellar, so that was funny as shit. I thought,
Oh, you're talking about all the different things, like yeah. The notes that you gave to Maxwell
yeah.
about me. I'm not gonna lie, it it really fucking threw me off. I and it didn't until he said something about like it was Interstellar, and then it was because at first I was like, wow, I did not realize he was such a big Wannabeez fan. And then I was like, oh, okay, this is a setup. This is 100% setup. Yeah, no,
Yeah, when you left for to get into it behind the scenes, when you left before we potted, we usually pod and we usually talk for probably a half an hour before we pod. And when you left to go do something, Justin was like, what can we send to Maxwell so that he has ammo for that bit guy? And he's shooting off, and all I could think of with I was like, hey, he loves the movie Interstellar, guy. You got to put that in there, dude. You got to put it in there.
I do. I do love Interstellar. It's so good.
I thought as soon as you heard that you were like you were probably gonna be like these motherfuckers, these
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
it was definitely, it gave it away for sure. For sure. Oh man. All right. Well, this is, I gotta say, I don't dislike your icebreaker,
Okay.
but it was a little heavy of it. Like I usually we
Soon
save the
right out the
political
gate,
stuff.
we're like
We put it at
Ghoul
the
is
end of
like
the pod.
boom. Yeah.
But especially for like what day we're recording on and all the
Yeah.
stuff that's been going on, not just today, this week, all the stuff in LA,
Yeah.
this month. We're talking, we had a Democratic
That's
senator
nothing. That's nothing what's
arrested.
going on in
We
LA,
had
guy. We burn cars if the fucking Red Sox win the Red Series. You're amateurs, guy. Come on.
we
Boston
had
will tear down the fucking whole city, guy, at that point, bro. Because we
yeah.
won. So step it up, LA.
We had senators arrested. We had a couple representatives killed this morning.
Yeah,
We had
yeah,
a we
yeah,
had a judge arrested earlier this last month.
yeah, yeah.
Things are getting very um,
Authoritarian.
authoritarian. Thank you, thank you.
Authoritarian right there.
I was searching for the word, Nicholas, and you
I
took it
was
right out of my
I
mouth.
was seeing it in your eyes. I was like,
Yes,
he's mouthing something. I think he's looking
I'm
for the
looking
word
for
authoritarian.
something characteristic of authority, something very fascistic, something that absolutely breeds hate and despair.
Hey, I mean, it looks very similar to what fucking Hitler did in like 1933 with with that whole situation. He basically got arrested for doing like trying to fucking
Yeah, he had a
upend other.
coup.
He had
Yeah,
a
he had a
coup.
coup,
He had
and then he
he
bounced
had his
back.
own Jan 6. He had his own Jan
Yeah.
6.
Yep.
And he let it pardoned all those people that
This was
was
a peaceful day. They were all supporters.
yeah, 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 yeah.
They're all standing around happy. This was a
Happy
good day.
times. It was a happy time for them. Th- Those people do not know what they were talking about.
If this
Well,
was a coup, then why was there so many pictures taken? Huh? Answer
why,
this.
why was it live streamed on Facebook? I don't understand this. I don't
We
understand
had great
this.
time.
It was a party. It was a party. It
do
was
you
like Burning
do
Man.
you
It was
remember
like Burning Man.
do you remember January 6th Mima? Like that picture of that old lady with the mask around her neck, and she
Yeah.
had like the flag and like a Stanley Cup thermos and
Yeah,
all her
yeah, yeah.
stuff.
Uh-huh.
Like
Yeah.
she was just like, "Ah!" Like so happy to be like, here we are. The way like
The
shit
nonchalant
had to
way
be,
of like, I'm
yeah,
sure there was
shit
people
had
there
to be
just going
bad
like,
for
"Oh,
those people to get in. The toughest of the tough forced their way in just so these people could loosely meander their
yeah,
way
yeah."
into Nancy Pelosi's office and be like, "What's this?" And they're like, "That's a stapler." Oh, what's this? That's the bathroom. Oh,
This is Nancy Pelosi's office. Let's go in here, guy. We're getting the best tour ever.
Was there a lot of occupation in Mass today?
Oh man, there was 1 million people in Boston today. It was
Hell yeah.
insane. It was insanity. New Bedford, for Haven, like 36. I'm in New Hampshire right now. There was people
Oh,
everywhere,
okay.
everywhere. It was nuts. It was nuts.
Nice. Now, I'm surprised to see you're not out there.
Yeah, no, I'm taking it easy today. I was
Yeah.
I cut the
You're like, I'm not
grass.
a king either.
I'm not a king either.
No kings.
I didn't do anything. I was thinking about it.
It's
I was
average
thinking
Joe.
about going out, but I was up in New Hampshire. I'm taking some time off from being
Yeah.
an activist.
Yeah. Got to focus on your NRG.
I got to focus on my life at this point, since it's been falling apart every step of the way.
No, I know what that's
But
like.
you know you gotta when you fall down, the only tragedy is if you don't get back up. So gotta
Yeah.
get back up, and that's what I've been trying to do, is trying to kind of put my life back and thing. And I don't know what direction I should go in, but I'll figure it out. I'm a master electrician. I've been 30 years in this thing. I'm third generation electrician. I'll be okay, I think. There's a lot more worse people off. Right now, I just don't know where I'm going
Let's
with it.
just clarify, his marriage isn't falling apart, ladies. Is
Yeah,
that right?
yeah.
Ah,
That one's top
Work-wise,
notch. Yeah.
work-wise.
yeah, work wise, my whole work life is falling apart, but um, I think I'm gonna be stronger than ever. I think this is gonna force me to actually do what I always wanted to do, and um, it's going in a new direction. It was structured now, and it's not really structured, and but that leaves me to do a lot of other things that I like the Wannabeez, and doing all this other stuff that I want to
Yeah.
do with my life. So, maybe focus on my my acting career or something like that. Give me more time for that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
My political stuff and all that stuff is still going to be around, and I'm still planning on doing all that stuff. It's just, it's just taking a different direction.
Sure, sure. Yeah, well, you gotta have your phases, and like Ultron said at the end of Avengers: Age of Ultron, which is also coincidentally the same quote that Kelly Clarkson said: "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger." You
Yeah. Kelly Clarkson.
know.
Every time I hear Kelly Clarkson, all I can think of is 40-year-old virgin. When they take his fucking waxing him, and he's like,
Yeah,
Kelly Clarkson. Every
yeah.
time, every time I hear about her, that's what I'm reminded of.
That's a really good movie. Like we don't get movies like that uh anymore, and I feel like that's a scary word. It's a conservative thing of me to say, but I yearn for the olden days of goofy movies like Pineapple Express. I mean, you
Yeah.
and I both know
Oh,
that's a
that's a staple.
classic.
That is a
It is a
classic.
staple.
That is a staple in my life, guy. Those quotes are like literally what me and Jeff would tell each other every single day, guy.
Scholarship.
Motherfucking scholarship. Hell yeah, that's definitely something thing. Grandma's boy, man.
Yes.
There's never
Yeah.
gonna be. Imagine this in the box office. It did shit. It's like the worst thing ever.
Hmm.
And then all of a sudden, because of Blockbuster, it had this resurgence as like an
Yeah.
indie kind of like film, and then just blew up. It was the most not returned movie in Blockbuster history. That's what they
I
say.
love that fact.
It's
I love
fucking
that.
insane, guy. It was so
Or
good though. That
Employee of the Month. I've never been a Dane Cook fan really, but I love that movie. That's a damn good
good
movie.
movie, guy. Good movie, guy.
Harlan Williams.
Yep.
Love Harlan Williams. He's very, very underrated in my opinion. Call back to Justin Kyle was on the Pointless Distractions podcast when his fame started taking away from him, and they had this question posed on that about like you're on a mission to Mars and you need to build like a team of like 3 or 4 people, and I thought, call back to earlier, I thought it was so funny, but my answer would have been the guy from Interstellar, Matthew McConaughey. And then my other one would have been Harlan Williams from Rocket Man. Did you ever see that movie where he like goes to space with the monkey and that one dude who, God,
Is that the one when he farts in a suit, guy?
yes,
He farts in a suit and it goes through the like the thing.
because they're
He's like, oh,
yeah,
what
they're
the
sharing
fuck?
the oxygen.
Yeah. I remember that
There's
movie.
only
That's
one
a good
oxygen
movie.
tank.
Man, I
Rocket
haven't thought
Man,
of that
dude.
movie in so long, guy.
These movies aren't made anymore.
I
Like,
know, that's so funny, guy. It just came all back to me.
if anybody here happened to have listened to Pointless Distractions, they know they glossed fucking The Martian, Matt Damon in The Martian. Literally every single person I think on that podcast to put Matt Damon in their 4-person team, which seems ridiculous. Not one person put Harlan Williams. I'm outraged.
I'm outraged right now.
Because I need a clown, you know what I mean? I gotta laugh. I can't be out in space for like 2. I think they said it was 2 years with a couple of stiffs. I ain't doing that.
I mean, Steve Buscemi with the fucking on the nuclear thing with Armageddon guy. Maybe I'd choose him
Yeah.
because
Okay.
fucking he's on the
Or
fucking guns and shit.
my other answer was Will Smith from Independence Day.
Ooh.
You know, welcome to Earth. Poof.
Ooh, that would have been a good pick.
In case we ever get breached by any aliens, he can punch the alien.
There's so many choices where you could have picked comedically, like, you know, didn't Ernest go into space, guy? You could have put fucking Ernest, guy.
Yes.
I mean, come on, there was so many on the table at that point.
Okay, we got to talk about Ernest for a second. Now, it's kind of on topic because we're gonna get kitschy stuff.
Okay.
I've seen Ernest in like DVD piles and VHS piles since I was a young buck, since I was just a lad walking and holding on to things, and never understood his goofy big nose face, the vest, the looking like the right in the camera, and then I flash forward fucking 20 something years or 18 years, 17 years. I meet Alyssa. We get together. It's, you know, we hit it off. It goes great. We married 2 kids. Eventually she reveals to me that her grandpa loved Ernest. Yeah. And I was like, what? I don't even understand. What is Ernest? Ernest goes to Hollywood. Ernest goes to jail was my shit back in the day, guy. I'm sorry. That shit was like, anytime I'd fucking rent that from the thing. Ernest Goes to Jail was my shit, bro. I'm telling you, guy. We last Halloween, me and Alyssa, we got drunk and we stayed up real late watching movies, and the one we ended up on at the end of the night was Ernest Scared Stupid. And that one, nice. It's honestly peak cinema. Yeah, it's freaking awesome. Yeah, that's definitely. They pull out all the stops. It's I don't know if anybody was involved that was in the Leprechaun movies, but it's basically like you're watching like Ernest versus the Leprechaun. Yeah. It's the same tone. It's the same kind of like visual effects. Yep. And then, and then it's just Ernest, which if you don't know who Ernest is at this point, listening to this podcast, please go and watch. Look up at least a trailer. Go to YouTube. Go watch it. It's well worth the watch. You legitimately don't need brain cells to. It's a feel good movie that you don't need anything. You just sit there and fucking watch it. And don't analyze what's going on. It's just be stupid. Just listen. Just watch the fucking movie. There's this one quote from Ernest Scared Stupid that I cannot get off my brain, but I also can't bring it to the top of my brain to quote it for you. So I'm going to have to look it up real quick. So we might need to cut this. I don't
Okay.
know. Give me 2 seconds.
He's looking stuff up.
Put it
Now,
in
if we
there.
had Justin here, we could have had
Yeah,
him
he was
do a
supposed to
tech.
be here doing
He's going to
this.
be the tech guy, but he didn't want to come, and I thought he'd be the good tech guy. Be the Q of our little pod at this point.
I keep hitting the wrong buttons. I'm sorry.
Oh man, dead air. Come on, we're professionals here.
I know. I'm probably gonna have to cut this. Well, no, they'll get it. They'll get it. Here it is. There we go.
How about a bumper sandwich, booger lips?
That is the line. Definitely.
How about a bumper sandwich, booger lips?
Holy shit, that is the line from the movie, guy. That is
My
perfect.
goal in this Nick and John show is to like flash. We're gonna time comedian forward to Justin's house when he's sitting there listening to this, and I want him to be so fucking upset that he didn't join on this podcast.
He's gonna be like,
The first 10 minutes, he's gonna be like, "Oh my god, this is tough. The political stuff. I'm glad I wasn't here." But then we're gonna get straight into.
We're gonna get
Ernest,
the
like,
zany.
"Oh, man." Oh my god. I gotta hear it one more time for the audience.
How about a bumper sandwich,
Booger lips.
And then he hits them with a truck.
Yeah, that is beautiful, guy. They're good movies. Good fucking movies.
Yeah, this whatever holiday's coming up, go see if there's an Ernest movie, and then just sit around, hold your loved ones close, light a fire. Unless it's summer, I don't know. Light a fire outside. Bring the TV outside too.
Do a new tradition, guys.
Yeah.
Do a new tradition. Don't worry about healthcare or anything that's going on, the fires.
Yeah.
And just sit down this Father's Day and we'll go and watch fucking Ernest.
Is there an
Scared
Ernest
Stupid.
Father's Day?
That's the.
I gotta look it up. Is there an Ernest Father's Day?
Dude, that would be fucking hilarious if Ernest goes to Father's Day. That'd be hilarious, guy. It seemed like there was a fucking million of those movies. Ernest goes to camp, yeah.
I'm not seeing anything for Ernest Father's Day, but it does say that in Canada they celebrate Father's Day in a very earnest way.
Perfect. There you go. We got
on June 16th.
Ernie adjacent. Father's Day. It's all tied in. It's all Illuminati type, stuff going on right now.
I did have a mild topic thing to bring, and it's literally just a word.
Is this a special word of Pee-wee's Playhouse word?
That is the word, yeah. Every time you hear this word, everybody has to cheer, just like.
Okay, let's practice. Say what's the word, John?
So the word of the day is kindergarten.
Yeah! So anytime you hear that word,
this is in the peanut gallery too. She has to do it. So if she sees you cheering, she has to cheer.
She said, "Run for your life, guys." She's like, she's not even thing. So anytime you hear me scream, you got to scream in the background. No, you're not going to do that. Oh, she's not doing it.
Okay. Well, the reason I wanted to bring up kindergarten is I was just thinking about. I had mentioned something to Justin about like.
You don't have to be so loud when
you you're recording and it's gonna pick you up and it's not gonna thing. And she's all. Beanie Gallery is trying to give me technical.
I thought she was telling you to shut up.
Yeah, basically, that's basically what she said. Shut the fuck up.
No, I brought up recently that I referenced like the sleeping mats in kindergarten, like in nap time, to Justin, and he totally knew what I was talking about. And it made me think, I wonder how different my kindergarten was from Gula's kindergarten. So like I want you to just without like there's no right answer, there's no wrong answer. I want you to tell me, Gula, what you remember about kindergarten. What did you like? What did you hate? What kind of teacher did you have? Give me a kindergarten Gula, the best you can remember.
All I could remember in kindergarten is worrying about pissing myself. I
Still?
remember the bathroom and worrying that I was gonna not make it to the bathroom and piss myself. That's a thing. And I could remember that it was in the back. You'd have to ask the teacher, you'd have to say to the teacher, hey, I got to the bathroom. And that was so, it was like weird for me to be like, like I have to go to the bathroom being that young. I just remember it being so daunting, that task. And it really like made me nervous, like going to
Oh wow.
school, like kind of like how it's like, holy shit, like I remember that. And then I remember like just like already knowing my ABCs and then like them trying to like practice the ABCs, and I already knew this. I was like, like a lot of the times I was very advanced in what I was doing. So most of the time I was labeled as fidgety or
Yeah.
that type of thing. They didn't have a word for it. Now we call it autism, but then
Yeah,
they
I was
called
just
it
about to ask. This all sounds like you
well,
think this
well,
played into your autism.
oh, 100%. My ADHD and all that stuff played into that situation. They didn't know what a word for it was. It was just like they didn't know. They didn't understand it.
He's some kind of anti-bathroom genius child.
Exactly. Exactly.
He won't shit on the pot, but he's doing calculus.
I also remember being the second tallest person in school. The first tallest person was this black girl I knew, Shakira. She
Ooh.
was way taller than everybody else, including me. But I was the second tallest in my whole entire school, all the way up, all the way through. It was crazy.
And so did like what was there any kids like close to her height, or was she just like really,
No, I
really,
was the
really
second
tall?
in the whole school. Like we were the tallest people in the whole school.
Both of you. And how much taller than you was she?
Oh, at least 6 inches taller than me.
Oh wow. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah, she was tall.
So in some rooms you were a freak, and then she would walk in and then everybody's like, "Oh my
Yeah,
gosh."
thank God she like kind of took that mantle from me. So I was like, yes,
That's
not the
incredible. I bet
tall
she went on to
freak.
be like an athlete of some sort.
What's that?
I said I bet she went on to be an athlete of
Oh
some
yeah,
sort. I would
she
hope.
ran track and stuff like that. Definitely.
You always need the tallest people running track.
Yeah, I ran track.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, yeah. I think I still have a record in Vogue at Vogue.
I
I have a record that's up on the thing. Um, it's on the in my high school that I went to. I have a record there.
I didn't know they had track in kindergarten.
Yes, yes. It's called flat. It's called field day. What? It's kind of like at the end of the school year, they get us out and they let us crawl through like hoops and stuff, like dogs
Yeah.
and stuff. You ever see the obstacle course for dogs and shit? That's kind of what they
Yeah.
did. They just threw humans
Like
in
a dog show.
when I was in kindergarten. Instead of the dogs running that kind of obstacle, they threw us in there. We're like, oh, we had to run up like this triangle thing and run down that guy.
Nick Gula is a 10-year-old Massachusetts white. He's got pearly whites in his mouth. He's
To this day, they
he's
still
house
do it
trained.
all the way school. They do it. Field day.
And they do the field day now all the time. Okay. Oh, are you do
Yeah.
high school field day now?
Yeah, I don't think field day died. I think field day is a mass tradition.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, tell me more about like so you were afraid of the bathrooms.
yeah.
You what else do you remember about kindergarten? Like, what did you like? What did you enjoy?
I always like blocks or some kind of Legos or some kind of
Yeah.
like building something. I've always been like good with my hands.
So playtime was a hit.
Playtime was the hit, of course.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck yeah.
Build a what?
Bill.
Build a whore? What kind of whore? I build a whore? Yeah. Yeah, build a whore. Yeah. Build a bear.
Was she sure she doesn't want a mic?
She doesn't want a mic. She just wants to be in the background saying dumb stuff during the Nick and John show. That's her idea of playtime today.
I liked playtime too. I remember, I'm actually glad you brought up playtime because part of the reason I thought about bringing up kindergarten, besides what I described earlier, the other part of the reason I remembered this is because I was just doing a project recently. I got scraps of cardboard and shit everywhere, tape everywhere, glue everywhere. And when I was done, I had people making fun of me about what a huge mess I had made. And while I was getting it together, I had started like singing to myself this little like cleanup song.
Yeah.
And did you guys have a cleanup song?
I don't remember a cleanup song,
Okay.
guy, but
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I feel like I was
get your
probably in a
shit
lot
and get
more.
you better get you little bastards better get your shit and get
Come on. I was probably in a lot more bubbly of a kindergarten than you were, I imagine.
yeah.
Uh, but yeah, we had a cleanup song, and it went basically like clean up, everybody everywhere, clean up, everybody do your share. And then you would just say that over and over again until cleanup was done.
Yeah.
And that's how you learned that everybody does their part in society, and that, you can play as hard as you want and make all the mess you want, as long as at the end of it you are willing to sing the cleanup song, pick up the blocks that you threw everywhere, and yada 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 yada. So
Yeah.
really, kindergarten is what radicalized me and taught me how to be a liberal socialist libchart, how to
Yeah.
become a rat.
Yeah.
But I think one of my favorite things was probably like the workbench. We had like a toy, like Little Tyke's workbench in our kindergarten room that had like fake hammers and fake wrenches and
Yeah.
whatnot. And I would always go over and be twisting and working on stuff.
Why does this screw just keep it? No matter how many times I screw it,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
just keeps going back and forth.
Working hard, twisting bolts, hitting fake nails. Yeah. I put in the hours, honestly.
You did?
Yeah.
That was the most that you did in kindergarten. You were just
Yeah.
there,
I'd
just
go
going
home
over
and
to
be
there
like,
and
they won't
building
give me
stuff.
OT.
Yeah. You go home. You're like, Dad, can you get me some nails and some wood? Yeah, I want to continue.
Something else about that I remember is just because you said dad, and it is Father's Day this weekend. And also because of what I'm drinking right now. I'm drinking this tall boy Budweiser. And from a young age, I remember coming home, and my dad wouldn't get home from work, usually 6 or 7. He
Yep.
was a mechanic, and he would always come home and grab a tall boy, much like this one, and he would go sit on his spot on the couch,
Yep.
and he would put on King of Queens
Yep.
almost every night. My
Yep.
eyes are getting weary, my back is getting tight. And he, he would do his thing. Very relatable. I'm sure so many people are like, that's what you're naming is like, I'm basically talking about like what anybody does when they get home. But at the age I was, I mean, he did this up till I was in high school, middle school, but the very early stages, I remember like pattering over my barely walkable feet. And I would go over to like his knees were like my cheek height.
Yeah.
And I would look up at him, and I would I remember getting older and asking him, like telling him like, I'm thirsty, I need a drink, could you get me something to drink from the kitchen, yada yada. And he would almost always even before I could talk and request the drink, he would always just pass me down his tall boy. And it was usually Bud Light,
Yeah.
like a big blue Bud Light can. And unknowingly, I would take it and take a swig of it, and then just, a sour face.
Yeah. So he's just
Um,
basically making you an alcoholic at a very young age.
maybe, yeah, you could
Yeah, yeah,
say that.
you know.
Arguably, yes, because in a sort of Pavlovian kind of way, I am taking sips of this Budweiser right
Now, I'm
now,
not saying that is a bad thing
thinking
because
about yeah. But
I've drinking alcohol back there too. Like that's like a rite of passage at that point of
sure.
having a sip of your father's beer. Um, at least when I was growing up, that's kind of like a rite of passage. It wasn't no big thing. Probably now people would
Yeah,
kind
he
of
would just
shine
hand it
against.
over to you.
Well, no, my father, no way, no
He would
way,
never just pass it to you, but here, take a
no
sip.
way.
No.
That was never
Oh, so you would
happening.
wait till he was looking away.
Yep, most definitely. I'll go get my own. Go get my own somewhere else.
I got to tell you, it hits a little bit different when you
Yeah,
are.
I mean, Portuguese culture. They at a very young age, they pass you wine and stuff like that. So I've
Oh,
had
okay.
shit like that. So it's no big deal. Nowadays, it'd
So,
probably be like they're calling DCF at this point, guy. But we
so like I'm just cultural then.
we're built
My
we're
dad
built we're
passing
built
me a Bud
differently,
Light.
John. We're just built differently.
I'm
You
just a
know.
little bit cultural. That's all.
Yeah. We built differently, you know.
My whole point with that was just like the way this Budweiser hits my tongue, especially when I'm telling you like a story about my father. It's got a very nostalgic
Muscle
ring
memory.
to it. Yeah,
Yeah, it's got like
exactly.
a muscle memory to it, guy.
Yeah,
When
it's
it
creepy. It's
brings up
very
that
creepy.
it brings up that old those old memories of that situation as
Yeah,
you're
like
drinking.
imagine you're like you're a young French man and you take this girl you just met who you want to propose to her, this young madame, and your name's Pierre or something. And you want to propose to her and you take her to the Eiffel Tower and like say you prepare like some lovely like
Wine and
straw.
cheese and stuff like
Yeah,
it
yes,
is
like
whining
and
and
then
dining.
exactly. But then like fast forward 80 years and she died 15 ago and
Yeah.
now you're back at the Eiffel Tower for the first time and you're
Uh-huh.
having that same wine and cheese.
Yeah.
You're not
Thinking.
bored.
Yeah.
You're anything but like exhausted and exasperated. You are like you're young again.
Yeah.
You're a time comedian.
Yeah, yeah, you're back in there, especially if you have dementia and you're like, oh shit, like
Oh yeah. You got to think
fucking
that's almost like a
Matt,
superpower in that moment.
dude, you're just like going back to like way before like anything, like all this other stuff, like before she died, passed away, and you're talking to Pete, like some girls up there, and you're talking to her like she's your wife, your dead wife
Yeah.
in the
You could
moment.
just like yesterday, you could remember her saying like Pierre. I
Yeah.
can't think of a French woman's name, otherwise I would have named her. What is a female French name?
I have no
Uh,
idea. No idea.
um, uh,
Rose. Rose.
Ro-
Rose.
literally the most
Rosalina.
like yeah, I'm just envisioning like uh what's that cat, that horny cat?
Tomcat?
No, he's not horny. No, the horny cat who's always kissing up the other cat's arm. Oh, Pepe Le Pew.
Oh, the skunk.
Oh, skunk. Yeah, sorry.
Because
He's
he's not a
kissing up the
sk-
cat's
Pepe Le
arm.
Pew is not
Yes,
a
okay.
is
My
not a cat,
apologies.
John. I'm
He's a
sorry.
skunk, and he probably would have more game if he wasn't a skunk. And
Well,
he's
he did.
horny
Didn't
and he
he put
smells
like? Didn't he get
bad.
his like? Didn't he paint? Like, didn't he paint? In one of the episodes, paint a black. So he was all black, and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
cat painted a stripe. So he thought she was a skunk or whatever.
Yeah.
So he
So
was
it
a
works
cat, and
out.
yeah, it all works out in the end.
Yeah.
There you go.
Suddenly, this is an enlightenment.
I know.
I cannot see the counter on this, so I have no clue how long we've been going. What are we looking at?
Don't know. It doesn't give me a counter.
Do you have any idea when we started?
Nope. No
Ladies
clue.
and gentlemen, the Nick and John show is an absolute roulette. Okay, so
Yeah, you don't know
you don't know what we're gonna get. We don't know what we're gonna get.
we just figured this out like last night. So if it seems like we're not prepared for any of this stuff, it's because we're not. Because we don't prepare. We don't prepare for these things. We just talk about things, um, and that's it.
Yes.
So how is baby Maxwell? By the way, my wife
Good.
wanted to know that. Doing good?
Did we not answer this last pod? I can talk about it again, but I feel like I
Yeah.
answered.
No, she
He's
just give me a short thing. Thumbs up, guy. Okay,
thumbs
my
up.
wife
Thumbs
Maxwell's
up.
doing wife Maxwell's doing good.
Let's get a
Perfect.
Maxwell update.
Boom. Coming to your eardrums from the Nick and John show.
Maxwell's doing good. We actually today had to supplement him with some formula because while Alyssa has been doing an amazing job breast like pumping and a little bit of feeding here and there, because he doesn't always like to latch. But she's been doing great pumping. But the thing is he's a huge guy. He's massive, and
Yeah.
he's eating
Needs
more and more and more and more. Like I'm saying, Louis did not increase at this rate, not even close. I don't know if most babies do increase at this rate, but days ago he was at 3 ounces.
so
Now he's
basically you
pushing
got like
5.
you got a twin situation going on. Twins
Yeah.
like Arnold Schwarzenegger is Maxwell and Danny DeVito is Louis.
Yeah.
That's basically what you got going on right
Exactly. We're just
Just-
fucking pumping out references this entire show that so many people are gonna have no clue what we're talking about. No clue. The fucking intro is already gonna be a stretch. Like you'll either know or you won't. You'll
Yeah,
be like,
yeah,
okay.
definitely.
Some people are gonna
Definitely.
listen to that intro and they're gonna be like, wow, the guys were in a really good mood this week. They're gonna have zero idea what we were referencing.
Yeah, exactly. If you know, you know. This
Yeah.
week on the Nick and John show, we're gonna throw things out there that probably not many people will get, but some people will get.
Yeah. If it sticks, it's spaghetti, and we're having spaghetti tonight. If you know, you know. Yeah, he's doing good, but so he's just been eating a lot, and we've had to give her a break to like catch up because she was getting to the point where she could pump so much that she could freeze some, and
Yeah.
then now we're like defrosting at a fast pace,
Yeah,
and so she's trying to replace the stuff we're defrosting. And there was a couple nights in a row where like she would pump, and then he would immediately like pass that over. I seen you just pump that out.
He's just trying to
And
live. That doctor cursed you, man. He's just trying to live up to that linebacker name.
Yep.
Right out the gate, guy. He's like trying to live up to the hype that the Wannabeez and everybody is giving this kid guy that he's
Yeah.
gonna be this huge fucking linebacker.
This is his bulk season.
Yeah, she's just trying to like, he's
This is his
getting ready.
chicken and rice.
He's getting ready, guy. He's bulking up. He's gonna get, he's gonna start walking pretty soon, guy.
He's fucking 2.5 weeks old.
He's gonna
3.
just get up
Actually,
and start
no, he's
walking.
3 weeks today. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Or yesterday.
just gonna start walking all over the place, being like, "Fucking daddy, give me some of that milk, my daddy."
Honestly, though, I would not like. We need to obviously prevent it so that he doesn't become like bow-legged or whatever. But I would not be surprised if he tried walking within the next 3 months. Like 3
Yeah.
months, I might be seeing him trying to, because he's already holding his head up like a champ.
Yeah.
We're doing tummy time here and there, and he's just swinging that thing around. And
Tummy time guy.
he's
Gotta
live
do it,
wire.
guy.
I mean, I couldn't ask for better. I would obviously Louis was a little bit more. I keep saying that, like, Louis was way more relaxed.
Yeah.
We'd all just chill. We watched so much TV with Louis, and
Yeah.
we all just hung out and we ate food. And with Max, it's like
No.
we're on his schedule. We are feeding him. And then he's been doing this thing lately where just like he used to eat and then fall asleep, but the last few days he's up. He's alive now. He's becoming sentient. And he's like, he wants to look around and he wants to try to hold his head up.
That's
And,
the best part of that whole situation.
Yeah, it's fun
It's
until
so
it's
much
3 a.m.
fun. Like, yeah, until it's 3 a.m.
He doesn't know.
Yeah, they get it gets.
He doesn't know I work in the morning.
Nah, Daddy doesn't work, guy. Daddy's been here the whole time. What does Daddy got to do, guy?
Yeah.
How's that going with the work situation and the baby?
Just completed our first week, and I yesterday was worse than today. Today's a little better, but yesterday I was very much like, should I call in? I don't know if Alyssa's I don't know if she's got hours left.
Yeah.
She's on the verge of, like, she's very sleep deprived. She's just, I mean, she's a machine. I got to hand it to her. She's doing amazing, but also the human body can only take so much. And I'm here for a reason. And I was here for 2 weeks, but then she got accustomed to, you know, us being able to help each other out. And then I suddenly disappear for 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard on her body. And she's already trying to allow me to get the sleep at night, which is kind of a fight. She's trying to allow me to get the sleep at night so that I can work during the day. But in turn, she's not sleeping at night, and then she's not sleeping during the day. Because the kid's up and I'm gone, and we have another child here who needs frequent attention and care.
Yeah.
So she's going hard, and I'm very proud of her, but she needs some help. And so thankfully I was able to help her a little bit today, and I'm going to help her when I'm done here in a minute. And she's doing good. It's going well.
Nice.
Not without fight, of course, is what I'm trying to say. Going well. It's a well-fought battle.
Yeah.
Like a game of chess. What are you staring at so intently?
No, I was trying to figure out how long we've been going, but I don't want to touch it because I don't want to mess anything up, guy.
I totally understand you, man. Well, I think we've been going for a good while. I think we can bring it to a close if there's nothing else you wanted to get to.
No, I can't think of anything right now. Happy Father's Day, everybody out there.
Yes. Happy Father's Day.
Even though
this
ain't coming out for like fucking 3 weeks. We're not going to be, this will be like 3 weeks from now, but happy Father's Day to everybody.
Not this Sunday, or not this Monday, but the next Monday. So it'll be only like a week.
It'll be the third.
Oh, really?
We still have the curator thing.
Oh, I have no clue what I'm talking about.
Live pods. Don't listen to John. Listen to Gula, because Gula knows what's going on.
But do listen to me on the Nick and John show.
Yes, come and listen to both Nick and John on the Nick and John pod. We appreciate it.
But happy Father's Day still. I hope you guys had a happy Father's Day. Looking back, happy Father's Day to Justin. To his beautiful child Chopper.
Chopper, dog father, the dog father.
Yeah.
Justin,
happy Father's Day to you, Gula.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You are a father to not only me in many, many, many ways, but you're a father to so many other people that I met when I was there in Mass.
Yeah.
And just all our listeners, thank you.
I'll be driving. I'll be driving for Father's Day tomorrow, probably. Be driving home.
Well,
so
happy Father's Day to your father in the grave.
Yeah, Heavenly Father.
Yes, thank you. I guess yours is a lot better. I'm like, in the grave. He's dead. He's gone though. But happy Father's Day. But he's not coming back.
He's not coming back. Never.
I'm so negative. All right. How do
That's
we
it for
end
the
this?
Nick
I
and John
forgot.
show. I don't know how
Okay.
we ended the Nick and John show before.
God damn.
I don't have no idea.
Should I look it up or should we just leave?
This has been fun, fuckers.
All right. Well, I don't know. Maybe you should leave. Maybe we stay. Maybe Nick and I stay and you just leave. Maybe
You
you should
guys,
just go.
I think you guys should just go.
Honestly, I think you
but
should just, it would be best if you just left.
I
The way
think
things are going.
the way this pod is going right now, I think everybody should just go away. Just go.
Listen, things are tough. You being here, I wasn't upset with it. Listen, I don't want to, let's just put that out.
I was
didn't
pretty
mind you
upset.
being here.
I
Yeah.
was pretty
Oh,
upset.
okay. So it was mostly Nick. It was
Yeah,
mostly,
yeah.
I liked
Uh-huh.
you guys.
Yeah.
I had a, you
Yeah.
should just, listen, he's getting upset. You should
Just leave.
go.
Just
go. Okay.
Bye already. Bye.